That is a piece of my controller plug, and I think it's from throwing my controller like a while back, but basically I threw my controller on the ground and I looked at it and it was cracked, and today when I unplugged it to look at it, it got stuck in the controller and I can't put it back on. It sucks, and the reaction time on my controller is really slow now, so if I'm sucking during this video, that's probably why. Pretty sure most of my viewers know I live in New England, and it's freezing cold most of the time in New England. Well, during the winter it's freezing cold anyways, obviously not during the summer. It's freezing cold during the winter here in New England, and the other day we went to a parade, and I couldn't feel my toes because they were completely numb because it was so cold, and it sucked so bad. It was just so freezing cold that I couldn't feel my feet. Like, my toes had just become like mini frozen sausages that were just flapping around on my feet, and I couldn't move them. Basically, I didn't even really want to be there. The only reason I was there is because my brother was in the parade because he plays trumpet for his school, and my parents pretty much made me go. We got there, and when we got there, obviously I wasn't that cold. We're just gonna sit here and we're gonna wait a little while, and we're gonna see him, and then we're gonna leave. But no, first he was one of the last ones in the parade, and we were stuck there just waiting for him to show up in the parade. And we're all sitting there, like me and my dad and my sister and my other sister and her friend and my little brother. We were all sitting there in the freezing cold waiting to see my brother walk by, and we didn't see him for the longest time. And we're sitting there thinking, oh my god, we're going to be sitting here all day waiting for him to show up in the parade. He was literally the second to last group of people that walked by, out of I don't even know how many people. It was a ridiculous amount of people that walked by. Another thing that was pretty funny about this parade, it wasn't even funny, honestly. At this point, it wasn't funny at all. There was like 13 or 14 floats, and they were all frozen floats. I'm pretty sure there was only one float out of the entire parade that wasn't a frozen float. Like, the rest of them had Elsa, or whatever the hell her name is. Like, one character from Frozen was in every single float, and it made me want to kill myself. Basically, by the point that he got to the parade, we were all completely done with the parade thing, and we left, and we went home. A little while after we got home from the parade, I went outside to walk my dog. As I was walking through the yard, the ground was crunching under my feet. Like, every time I took a step, all you hear is crunch, 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 crunch. It sounded like I was chewing on chips or something. It's it was so cold, the ground was just frozen. And that's how New England gets. You'll go outside one day and the ground will just be potato chips. Potato chips will just appear under your feet and you'll be walking on potato chips. It won't even be the ground anymore. You'll be walking on a bag of chips. Oh my god, can you possibly strafe any harder? About the frozen floats, I don't even see why there were so many frozen floats. There shouldn't have been, because the movie wasn't even that good. The movie wasn't even anything to be proud of. It was just a little kid's movie that everybody all of a sudden started watching and thought it was the best thing in the world, and it really wasn't anything special. By the time the parade was over, I think they should have made a movie called Melted, because I'd seen so many frozen floats, it just made me want to drown. Just melted all the frozen floats, and we could have had a big pool there, and I could have just drowned myself by the time the parade was over. I don't know if that was a quad feed or a triple. I feel like it should have been a quad feed. So if you guys are ever sitting outside in the freezing cold again and you feel like your feet are going to fall off, just remember, your toes are now frozen sausages.